Are soft shackles dangerous on sewn loops? Find out with these guys on this episode of How Not to Highline. Hi, I'm Ryan Jenks. This is Lorenzo DeMuro, and this is Kyle Lovett. And we are here at the Slackline machine to find out and to put to rest a dispute against soft shackles on sewn loops. The concern is the same concern I had when I first saw sewn loops on soft shackles, or vice versa, is it squishes it like this, which can be bad for your webbing and actually reduce the MBS, or the breaking strength that you actually get. We don't have sewn loops here at our disposal. So what we're doing is sticking it in a Webblock, and the tail is right here. So there's actually 4 layers in here, giving this ultimate strength so it breaks right here. Because so oftentimes it breaks at the stitching. And we want it to break right here. We want to find out how strong it is with different connectors. And that's what we're going to test today. We're going to test it with quicklinks, 5mm soft shackles, 6mm soft shackles. We're going to turn it around, put it on the fat side. We're going to test the shit out of this. And now, the video that brought this up as a dispute used helium from Raed Slacklines, and we just happen to have some. So we're going to do an apples for apples test here, and then we're going to test it padded, and we're just going to test and test and test because, as you can see here, we love testing things, as this is sample number 508. Oh my God, it broke at the loop.
We have no heat.
Does it smell funny?
No heat.
The soft shackle's fine? Weird. Granted, I've used and abused these. 19.35, that's interesting because the other test that was done was only 14 kilonewtons. But 19.35 is pretty good before my soft shackle ruined the webbing. And that is 4,150 pounds. And that, let's take note, is on the skinny side. Shall we test it on the fat side? So we now have reset this up, and now this is the fatter side. The diameter, since the tails of the button knot are buried right here, is actually twice the diameter as this side. And this is properly loaded, even though all of our brake tests show that no matter how you install this, it doesn't come off. It's not trying to pull this noose off of the head. It actually is pulling kind of favorably. But anyways, let's find out what this breaks at. Ooh, we need to maybe shorten this up. That's pretty violent. Oh, what did we get? 22.5 and 5,000 pounds of force. Shall we test, what should we test next? 5mm? Yeah. Or padded?
Let's do 5mm.
Okay, 5mm. So now we have downgraded to 5mm. What I'm holding here in my hand is 6mm, and you can compare here that we are telling the truth. This is a 5mm, and we orientated it poorly on the worst part, scrunching the shit out of it. So look, no microfractures when you drop it. Okay. I do estimate this will break lower, but super good enough. Let's find out. I really need to wear ear protection, okay? So we're breaking our loops here, right? We're breaking our loop. Our soft shackle is just fine. It's got a little red mark on it. 16.65. I consider this worst case scenario on a webbing that's not that fantastic. A padded loop on a 6mm soft shackle. This is literally what I do on every Highline. Cheese and rice. Okay, so it fell out of the padding, which is awesome because now we get to use it again. 23.25 kilonewtons or 5,200 pounds, which is actually not that much more. But all loops are padded. That is a realistic situation for how I've used all my Highlines. So I'm pretty happy with that, considering it's on this webbing. Let's find out what the RBS, the realistic breaking strength of this, is by putting in 2 Webblocks to find out what it actually breaks at in real life. So helium's MBS, which is minimum breaking strength, is 24 kilonewtons on the website. I would like to note that we're using 6mm soft shackles to break everything and Dyneema on the Slacksnap machine. I just think that's fun to point out. Let's find out if we get 24 kilonewtons. How not to protect somebody's dyno. Just don't tell Lorenzo I'm fucking up his dyno. It's not 24? Whoa. Oh, it's because our radius is too small. Because in a lab where they've come up with 24 is a giant diverter that we don't use in a highline situation. Now, I'm not upset by this. I just think the manufacturer's bullshit strength, MBS, should probably reflect what it is in a Webblock and maybe in a frost knot, since we use that, and maybe in the sewn loop. Since they provide sewn loops, it'd be nice to know what those break at too, so we can make accurate judgments when we go highlining with this webbing. Now keep in mind, helium is not a highline webbing. Basically, helium isn't structured to handle abuse and stay super strong. So anyways, this is pretty damn new webbing. How old do you think this is, Kyle?
Probably like a year.
Oh, it is a year old.
Yeah,
Okay,
I
okay.
use it.
Fair enough. Fair enough. It's a year old. 20.5 kilonewtons. Now, this is an interesting test because this quicklink on this loop is the alternative to those who don't like soft shackles. This is what people promote, is metal on rope products, and that is actually better. You are less likely to cut through things, as rope on rope moving over each other can cut through things. However, statically pulling, they don't. Now, something interesting you'll notice on this 8mm quicklink is how much it's bending the webbing. It's basically identical to what the soft shackle does. Now on a master point, a normal one, you use a bow shackle, which you either use the pin, which would keep it ultra flat, or the bow part, which is actually also friendly towards the loop. However, if you're doing the Enove split and connecting 50-meter pieces end to end on larger highlines, which is a way I've been promoting in all my videos lately, this is the alternative method to connecting those highlines, is these 8mm quicklinks. But you can notice that it still causes this issue, which is the concern. So let's find out how strong this is. So this is 22.45 kilonewtons, which is identical to the 6mm soft shackle when we put it on the fat side. Identical. Now, Lorenzo, can you, with your 2 hands, tell me if that quicklink is damaged? Can you unscrew it? When you take quicklinks too close to the breaking strength, they basically become useless. They become damaged and no longer safe to slackline or highline on. Whereas a soft shackle, you can basically take almost all the way to its breaking strength and still continue to use it. This thing started to stretch and bend, which is, it's steel, so it doesn't just break like an aluminum object like carabiners, which is why aluminum's dangerous. This thing is basically warped so badly that it cannot be unscrewed. And so this is now damaged and I have to basically throw it away. So some fun facts about quicklinks versus soft shackles. So now we're going to put to test quicklinks versus soft shackles. This right here is a large soft shackle, and this is a 6mm, just because it fits in there nicely and I'm not trying to overstretch this. But what we're testing in this situation is a 5mm soft shackle versus a 8mm camp stainless steel quicklink. Now this one was the one that was overstretched in sample 513, but we're going to finish busting it up, and then we're going to go to bigger and bigger quicklinks to find out how strong our 5mm is. Now this is on a tripod because I don't want to stand next to this. All right, 32 kilonewtons. How warm is it?
Definitely got some heat to it.
That is pretty cool. How's our soft shackle? What? Something happened.
Probably still use it though.
No, it's pretty much scrunchied up against this.
It was probably. I bet you the soft. I'm curious to see the slow mo.
Interesting. I didn't slow mo that one, but huh?
I bet the soft shackle damage might have just come from that sharp hook.
It probably could.
Snap.
We're gonna find out how strong. We're gonna keep seeing if we can keep breaking quick links. Now for the grand finale, a 5mm soft shackle and a 12mm galvanized quick link. This is 8mm. This is 1/2 inch. That's a big shackle. That's a lot of pulleys. We'll find out which one's going to win. Oh, so this did not break, okay? The head, when it's not tightened enough, because this is a pretty new soft shackle, even though we did tighten it, quick link seems to be fine. Our results are 41.45 kilonewtons, so please, don't troll me on that. I don't know, maybe we should try the hard 6mm that we have. Wow, feel how warm that is. It's super deformed.
Wow.
Yeah. Yeah, wow. Okay.
Yeah,
okay, so this is our same 12mm quick link that still works. But we're gonna use it with a 6mm soft shackle, because I usually get mid 60s to 70 kilonewtons out of this, and we're gonna find out if we can break this with a smaller soft shackle. And I don't like to stand next to these when these break. Okay, 12mm is still functional at some level, and our 6mm broke. And all right, go 12mm, because you know those are practical. 54. This is a 6mm that I have used and abused for 516 samples. It's not been on every single one, but it has been on a lot of them. And I have reduced the strength significantly, because where it bends around all the stuff and the loops that I've used it on, it broke right there. I wonder if I did get, I have gotten 70 kilonewtons out of a 6mm before. I wonder if that would break this 12mm. Grand finale of 12mm quick link versus not these giant 1/2 inch soft shackles, but my used and abused 8mm soft shackle here. These are just the tails that are buried, and when the tails get buried around the end here, the stretching and stretching makes them look like this. So ignore that, they're perfectly fine. But we had to put on my 20,000 pound dyno, which is for bolt busters, coming soon to How Not to Highline. Oh, bitches! Oh, that's hot. That's pretty warm. You want to see how warm it is? What's that? My 8mm soft shackle is still mostly functioning? Let's see here. We'll get to the forces soon, folks. Just... What do you think, Lorenzo? It's a little nard.
Oh, it did get a little bit nerd.
But still functioning. What's cool about soft shackles is they're still pretty usable, even if you take them past some serious limits. You can see here the glazing and the use and abuse that I've done to these over the year that I've slack snapped.
Looks kind of fresh right now.
Yeah, it's pretty bad. Pretty bad. Okay, really bad. I'm still going to use it on everything. And that was 68.4 kilonewtons. Fun fact, 6mm soft shackles, I have gotten 70 kilonewtons before. So technically a 6mm, if I played with that 12mm long enough, would have broken it. And then over here we got 15,250 pounds of force. What do you think, Kyle?
I like soft shackles.
What do you think, Lorenzo?
Me too.
What we got here was the RBS, realistic breaking strength, of helium was 20.55 kilonewtons. And a 6mm, unfavorably put on the loop, was 19.35. So that's basically full strength, maybe 1 kilonewton under full strength. But when we put the fat side on the loop, it's actually stronger than you would even get in a Webblock. Keep in mind, Webblocks are going to be stronger than any sewn loop, even though we can get sewn loops pretty strong with 7 to 10 bar tacks of thread number 138. We have a video coming out shortly on that. 5mm softy on the skinny side, which is worst case scenario, was 16.65, which is actually higher than the test of the other video showing that soft shackles are dangerous on loops. 6mm softy on a padded loop. A padded loop, of course, gave us more as well, almost 0.75 more than our fat 6mm right here. So then we wanted to show off our soft shackles, and we love them so much. 5mm soft shackle, 8mm quick link, and they basically both broke. But that's because the quick link cheated and cut it on the way out. And we tried breaking this 12mm with a 5mm, 6mm, and we finally broke it with just an 8mm, which is pretty gnarly. At 68.4 kilonewtons, the 8mm softy still works, sort of. But either way, these forces are ridiculous. We never put more than 6 kilonewtons on a highline. So I'm feeling like this is all super good enough, and I think soft shackles are safe on sewn loops. Now consider that we are super biased towards soft shackles while testing helium instead of quick links. And you're going to get science with lots of biases, including those who decide to not like soft shackles. Now anybody I've met who doesn't like a soft shackle has never owned a soft shackle and used it in their rig. As much as we like to tease, Stephan has an awesome company. He has a good point about soft shackles on sewn loops. No, he doesn't.
The whole time I was like, I'm all for you, right? But I'm right there.
So this is a friendly rebuttal that we like to tease people who don't own soft shackles who like to dispute them. Stephan and Raed Company is somebody I buy gear from. I like him. He's awesome. We're just making a fun rebuttal video that defends our belief that soft shackles are safe on sewn loops. And we want to hear more about the test he did, because I do want to understand how you get 14 kilonewtons when pulling a sewn loop with a soft shackle, because we don't want to have 14 kilonewtons. However, highlines are still only 6-ish kilonewtons ever. So we do want to maintain as much safety as possible, but we also, especially in Yosemite and big hikes, we have to go light. And this doesn't work for me. And the Enove split and everything else, it depends on soft shackles being used. I actually converted all of my Enove split soft shackles to 5mm. And we're going to do a lot of tests on that and a future video coming out soon. So thank you, Stephan, for bringing up this topic, as we would like to continue to discuss it further and want to see your independent tests and see how the quick links compare, and Webblock to Webblock, and other soft shackle tests, including 6mm on the fat side, and just get a thorough testing from your side of the world to make sure that our stuff here is accurate, because we want the information to be awesome. So we like to make sure highlining is super safe. However, we're standing next to a brake test machine that's not covered while all this shit breaks, risking our lives for your information.
Therefore, you shouldn't highline. And remember, keep the balance.
It's rad.